it's just a matter of doing it, right? And once you get in the rhythm of doing it, you start to feel like, okay, you can manage a lot of other things,
Yeah.
right? And simultaneously, in the midst that you're doing that, who knows, you could be accomplishing many other
Yeah,
things.
you start believing in yourself,
Hmm.
but it just takes like one thing, like a win. So like my therapist always told me like a win is a win, a victory is a victory. It doesn't matter what it is. Like you got out of bed
Hmm.
this morning, that's a
A win.
victory. That's a win. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You drank a cup of water, that's a victory. That's
Right.
a win. And they're little things, but it's like when you start telling yourself like, okay, like at least I did this.
Hmm.
It's like it just takes off a lot of the pressure of like everything else that's like on you. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like that's been a part of your comedy journey so far? Taking
Uh
little steps, going to the open mics, and challenging yourself,
Actually,
and
no.
okay,
Like no.
okay. Then what is it?
So okay, so like my stance on like my comedy is that naturally I'm a problem solver,
Mm,
right? So I like to record and film all of my sets. And even if it's like a bad one, like I listen to it, I re-listen to it over and over again. And I hear where the problem is.
mm.
And I get excited to fix it.
What's the problem?
It's a number of things. Whether I said too much or whether
Mm,
I said too little,
mm,
or what can I take out, or what is this even, like, maybe I can say this differently or rearrange it. Like it's a whole number of things, you know what I mean? And I see it, I'm like, okay, like this is like this here, that was the problem, so I want to fix it immediately. And then
mm.
I'll go to another open mic and then I'll do it differently and I'll
Right.
record it and I'll hear it and I'll hear for the problem, or listen to, like, whether it made a difference or not, or I'll find another problem and then I just want to constantly like fix it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's how I approach my comedy.
Mm.
Like
So
that's
you've
how I do it.
seen some jokes change, right? I would assume in that aspect of things where you can start with something that you think is funny,
Yeah.
then you actually go with saying it,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh shit, this part is not that
This shit was
funny.
not that funny.
But do you what makes the differentiation between you continuing to want to pursue that particular joke and versus just creating a brand new joke?
So my punchlines, to me, the concept and the punchline, it's always funny.
Mm,
You get me? Whether I change the joke or not, it's always funny, at least to me, right?
mm,
It's the getting there that is like where I change. It's like, okay, the getting there is not as
mm,
funny
mm.
as like the punchline. You
Okay.
feel me?
It's like you're already there.
Yeah, like I'm there. I just
That
gotta.
shit's funny.
That shit is funny, but that's how I think. I'll be like, yo, I don't care. I don't care that, because at the end of the day, like this joke is still gonna
Right.
be fucking funny to me. And honestly, I think one of the things about comedy is that it's, people go in with the perception of, I have to be funny for other people,
Mm,
right? But it's really the connection that you make with people that make things funny. So even if it's not, what you give off is what the audience
feels.
is feeling. Yeah. So if you go in and you're like, all right, I'm gonna say this shit and I'm still working on it. Okay, like it's not that funny or whatever.
You
But
give them
like
that aura that's
they're
like,
they're they're gonna be like, all right, that's just not that funny. But if you're just like up there and you're like talking shit and you're
Mhm.
like, feeling off of like the energy and like vice versa or whatever, and then they believe that you think this shit is funny, they're
Right.
gonna laugh with you.
I feel like there's so many different styles of comedy though
Oh yeah, no, for
that
sure.
it allows for wiggle room.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like even the people that maybe aren't even that confident can do comedy
Yeah,
if
you'd
they
be
lean
surprised.
into a certain way, right? Because at the
You
end of the
you'd
day,
be surprised. I walk into these to some of these open mics,
mm,
and these guys are like, you see, if you were to see them on the street, these guys are like super nerdy, flaquito, like oh, like you can tell, like okay, this guy plays magic, or like so, you know what I mean? Like this guy's like a virgin, or like you like see these guys, and like you would never suspect, like if you were to see them in the street, you would never suspect that these guys are getting on stage in front of a crowd, and they're like saying some of the funniest or like the craziest things that you've ever heard. You know what I mean? And and then they get off the stage, and then they go back to, you know, being fucking quiet and shy and nerdy or whatever. And it's like, who was that person? Like what?
You see
You
a lot.
know, you see that a lot.